Hi, so this video is not going to come out for a while. I think my last update was my testing video where I went and had an ultrasound and I was in the car. That was like in April. It's now June. So it's been about 2 months since I've had my cycle tracking and my monitoring. It's basically like where they track your whole cycle. You go in like for 3 different ultrasounds. You go in for like 3 different things of blood work. You're there like every week when you're doing cycle tracking. Josh went in for his sperm analysis, his blood work, everything like that. And today I get my results. And I don't want to cry, but I'm very nervous because this is kind of like the end all be all. I've never had my AMH tested, which if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like your number of eggs in your ovaries. You know, women are only born with a certain amount of eggs. And if you have a low number, your numbers start going down like after 30, I think 30 or 35 or something like that. And then, so like the younger you are, the more eggs you have, so the higher AMH level. And as you get older, that number declines until you hit menopause. And something that goes really hand in hand with endometriosis is AMH levels. They don't know why, but people with endometriosis seem to have damaged eggs and lower egg quality and less of it. And sometimes, you know, I've seen girls with endometriosis that are 20 and they have the eggs of a 35-year-old. Or they are 22 and they have the eggs of a 40-year-old. Like, it's just very... And then there's some people with endometriosis where their egg quality and their eggs are fine, their egg number. But I mean, you don't really know the quality until they take out an egg and look at it through a microscope and do DNA testing. But as for numbers of eggs, it's always scary, right? You don't want a low AMH at 23. And I am super nervous that my AMH is going to be low because I've done so much research, and that's like one of the #1 things that go hand in hand with endometriosis and infertility is low AMH. And I will be absolutely devastated if I go and get my AMH tested. Well, I already did, and my results are like I have the eggs of a 35-year-old when I'm only 23. I like to consider myself relatively healthy. I work out like 4 to 5 times a week, like full-blown spin classes and strength training. So I'm breaking a sweat almost every day. If I don't go to the gym, I go for a walk. So I eat well, I eat at home. I'm not gluten-free, but I don't eat a lot of gluten because obviously Josh is gluten-free. So I don't know. I'm nervous because low AMH basically is my biggest fear from this whole entire testing thing. And my other fear is I can't even say it. It's this word, okay? It's basically where you have endometriosis, but it's like inside your uterus and like polyps in there and stuff. And I'm really nervous about that also, like very nervous. But I hope I don't. Those are my 2 biggest fears today, is low AMH and then having that word. I don't want to have endometriosis and that. So, because that will make it even harder for me to have IVF, because if the inside of my uterus is not okay, then the chances of me ever having a baby, even through IVF, is even lower because my actual inside of my uterus is damaged, and I don't want that. Like, I'm really, 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 really nervous. I'm really sick to my stomach, like even thinking about it. And then my other worry as well, not as much as the other 2, is having another cyst. I've been having like weird pains with like intercourse, and it's making me feel like my cyst, that like my endometrioma that was removed, is possibly back. And that freaks me out as well because I really don't want to have another surgery, because then I'll have to get that surgery. Then I'm going to have to get my eggs removed, and that's another surgery to freeze my embryos. So it's just like a whole thing, and I'm nervous because today is like the day. I hope he comes back and he's like, everything is normal other than your endometriosis. Josh's sperm is normal because we've also never tested that. I want him to say like, your AMH is good, your uterus looks great, your lining is great, Josh's sperm is great. But I don't think that's going to be the case because I did not conceive. This is my 9th month or 8th month after my endometriosis excision, and I still have not conceived. And they say if you don't conceive within 6 months of your surgery, to go and seek for IVF. And I know some people have had my endometriosis surgery and have got pregnant on the 8th month, the 9th month, the 11th month, sometimes even exactly a year later, they finally get pregnant. But after the 12 months, I'm considered infertile again after my endometriosis excision. So I am thinking that there's something wrong. There's something else. I have a feeling it's either that one word I was saying or my AMH. But I'm hoping it's not, and I really don't want to cry on the phone with my doctor. I don't want to cry right now because we don't know the results yet, so don't freak out until you know, because everything might be fine. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm just nervous. So I guess my next update will be after my phone call. I think I also might have to make decisions today on whether I want to go through with IVF or if I want to do IUI or if I want to just freeze my eggs. Like if I have a low AMH, I'm going to freeze my eggs like right away, because you don't have a lot of time when you have low AMH, and I want as many eggs as I possibly can. I never thought that this would be me. And I think that's like the hardest part. Is like, you don't think that you would be the one struggling with infertility. You don't think that you would be the one, like you hear of other people having it, but it's like, it's never, you feel like it's never gonna be you. It's just like, I don't know, I hate it. But anyways, enough with my boohoo crying. Let's see the results. I'll talk to you guys in a second when I'm back. But for me, it would be like 4 hours from now. Hi guys, so my results are back and I'm actually super happy. So Josh's sperm is fine. I'm completely fine. My AMH is good. My uterus is good. My fallopian tubes are clear. I am basically, he literally said, he's like, you're in perfect health as far as your, and other than endo, you check out to be completely normal. I have no cysts, I have no blockages, I have nothing. Everything is normal. All of my hormones are leveled. My thyroid is normal. My cholesterol, my sugar. I have low vitamin D, which is like crazy to me because I literally take like 25,000 IUs every single day, and I'm like always in the sun, so that's crazy. But he was like, stop taking so many Instagram pictures and YouTube videos and get outside. And I go for walks. I don't know, it's crazy, but I guess I gotta take even more vitamin D. And yeah, so everything is good. He basically is gonna send me my pricing list over for IVF, and I basically just have to make the decision on if I want to start it or not. And he said I can literally start IVF right away. There's no waiting list, and if I do get on the waiting list for IVF, it's about a year to get it funded. Yeah, so I am in shock. It's bittersweet because I'm back at square one, but also I'm really thankful that like Josh is normal, I'm normal. He said I have a really good chance of succeeding with IVF. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna wait for Josh to come home and we're gonna go over everything and go over the pricing and just basically make a decision on if we wanna go through with it or if we wanna wait a little bit. We can also do IUI, but I don't know if I wanna do IUI. I am nervous, very nervous. It's a hard decision to make because I feel like, you know, when you get pregnant naturally, it's just like, it just happens and you just go with the flow. But when you have to make the executive decision to be like, hey, I'm gonna have a baby, it's definitely scary. To be like, hey, I'm gonna make this decision to change the rest of my life. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So, yeah. I don't know. I'll talk to you guys in the next video, I guess. Maybe once I decide.